Hey guys, and welcome back to another brand new Jujutsu Kaisen video. And yes, I am finally on time, or pretty much on time, for my Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 episode review. Please be alert, I am an anime only watcher. I haven't read the manga yet for this particular anime, but seems like this episode is quite controversial. Not because of the content, but because of how it was handled. Despite the incredible direction by the man himself, Arifumi. But yeah, of course, we'll get into that after my review of the episode, so let's talk about the content of the episode first, alright? First of all, a very solid episode. I think my personal expectations for the action scenes were a bit too high because of the name Arifumi Imai, but I definitely did not get disappointed by how Imai handled the episode. As expected, this episode covered mostly action scenes with a bit dialogue scenes here and there. Something that I did not expect as an anime only watcher is the fact that Toji literally dies. Like, what the hell? He is that strong and bro dies at the 4th episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2? Like, there's no way he is not dead after almost half of his body got destroyed by Gojo's purple curse technique, right? I mean, like, he killed Riko Amanai, so I guess he deserved to die, I guess. But man, Gojo's awakening part looks beautiful. Not only the compositing, but also the art, the lighting, and the OST even adds up to how phenomenal it is. Like, the whole scene literally is the highlight of the episode. The Gojo Satoru is back. Like, literally, this is something else, man. The OST also plays a huge role in making such an incredible scene for the episode, and this is not even an action scene. This is a literal, I'm not sure what I should call this scene even, but the whole sequence was just incredible. But other than that, something that I don't really understand is what actually happened at the end of the episode. It's a bit confusing for me, so please, someone that understands what the hell just happened in the end of the episode, please let me know, because that's a bit confusing for me. Even though I rewatched the episode for like 2 or 3 times, I still don't get it. And also, something that I'm not really a big fan of is definitely the usage of the OST for some of the fight scenes in the episode. I'm not really clicking in with the jazzy OST for the fight scenes, but it's probably just a me problem. But again, I do really love the OST that they use for Gojo's awakening scene though. Definitely the best suited in the entirety of the episode. Overall, a very solid episode. What else is there for the future of this arc though? I'm not clear. Everything seems to be sorted out though, but I don't know, man. Now to the controversial topic. Alright, I'm pretty sure there is something about this episode that just doesn't satisfy everyone. To be honest, it's more of doesn't satisfy the manga readers. Since again, as an anime only watcher, I don't really find the issue at first until I check out the manga panel, and yeah, some shots from the anime getting changes in terms of the angle and the executions, which is something that is very understandable to complain about. Of course, you're allowed to be dissatisfied or sad about something, but having that one scene overshadow an entire incredible looking episode, incredible directed episode as well, is just very questionable. But again, I can't control what a person can do on the internet. Just be reminded to not go too far when you're sharing your opinion on something. Now to the GOAT, Arifumi Imai's direction and storyboards. A lot of people got their expectations really high due to seeing his name as a director and also storyboarder. I myself also did have a very high expectation for this episode as well. And in my personal opinion, he did a very solid job at handling this episode. Unfortunately though, this episode doesn't really have any of those mind-blowing scenes that will leave a mark in the history of anime. But man, he didn't even do any single key animation cut in this episode. So it's either that he will be doing some key animation in the future episode, or he's just there to direct and storyboard this episode. But what we can notice from this episode though is his huge influence while correcting animation cut. Imai is also credited as the animation director, which means he corrects animation cuts for the animators. You can also see the resemblance in terms of the storyboards as well. The Toji slicing through the rainbow dragon really looks similar to Levi slicing through that one person in season 3 of Attack on Titan. But yeah, again, as a whole, this episode was greatly handled. There are some great moments here and there, but this is definitely not Imai's best performance yet. But again, OST usage in this episode isn't really my favorite, but man, Imai definitely made the I am the owner scenes feels phenomenal. I already talked about it in the content-wise part, but yeah. Even though, yes, I do feel the frame adapted from the I am the honor scene was a bit of a downgrade compared to the manga, but the whole sequence were adapted to its fullest. If not literally elevated to a whole nother level. The whole sequence, the whole scene, except the part where he do the pose, the whole scene was perfect. It's just a matter of the angle that doesn't look the same as the manga. Again, I do agree with what people say, the manga looks much better than it is in the anime. But again, don't let that one frame changes your whole opinion on that one particular scene. As an example, the freedom panel in Attack on Titan the final season part 3. The whole sequence was elevated to a whole nother level, but the panel itself at the Gyuda part is a bit of a downgrade in the anime compared to the manga. But again, don't let one frame ruins your entire enjoyment for the entire scene. Alright, my bad. Too much Attack on Titan. And as for the storyboards as well, a very interesting one for sure. Of course, everyone knows that the action storyboards will look great and such, but hey, even the dialogue scenes has some very interesting looking angles and character placement. Again, a very solid episode by Arifumi Mai himself. Not to the animation aspects, I would like to point out 3 key animators right here, first one being Tom Lu. Alright, starting off with a very strong one. I did not actually expect to see Tom Lu doing the cut of Gojo's first ever Murasaki. But man, what Tom did was super good, man. The fluidity of their cut in this episode is so satisfying to watch, as expected from Tom Lu. It is also a very creative way to show Gojo's Murasaki. I'm not sure if that's how it actually looks like in the manga, but something that I was actually expecting in the anime was to see the purple in third-person views, just like the one from season 1. But it seems like the point of view that we got is from the Murasaki itself, which is again quite funny. But again, the first 7 seconds of that cut was phenomenal. Like, it looks incredible. Literally one of my favorite cuts in this episode, man. Next up, we have Kyukawa. First cut of Geto commanding the Rainbow Dragon looks very nice. I really like the character acting here. And also a question for people that has read the manga or whoever out there. I would like to ask, why does the Rainbow Dragon called the Rainbow Dragon, but there is literally no rainbow color on its body? Like, why call it Rainbow Dragon? Anyways, the Rainbow Dragon's movement definitely looks good. This cut isn't really as impressive as their cut in Attack on Titan, but it definitely looks great. Last key animator I would like to mention is Yoshihide Ideue. He is once again back for another amazing cut. As expected, some background dust moves for the cut they're doing in this episode as well. Again, the Rainbow Dragon's movement looks great. And for this scene, again, I also did mention this on the storyboard side. There's a big resemblance to Imai's angle in season 3 of Attack on Titan. Yes, the slicing scene, and I really like how Toji moves as well. Yoshihide never failed to deliver. And there are also a lot of well animated scenes by a lot of animators such as Fei Hung in the Tom scene, Nono and Xiaolin for the Toji slicing scene, Mahmoud also in the Tom scene, some more character acting and fabric sakugas from Yosuke Yajima and also Yurika Nakanishi, and more scenes actually. It's just that there are some scenes that looks incredibly well animated or animated by unknown artists. But overall, this episode is definitely well animated, and overall, I really did enjoy this episode as a whole. But overall, this episode is definitely enjoyable to watch. To be honest, all 4 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 has been super enjoyable, and I can't wait to see what's coming. And I'm pretty sure next episode will be the last one before the 5 weeks break. So yeah, those are basically it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!